everybody. Welcome to Live. It is Monday, November 21st. It is Thanksgiving week, and I hope that you are having a great start to your week no matter where you are. It's a busy week around here at the Creativity Cave. We've got all kinds of things happening, just not stamping wise, just like Thanksgiving wise. So I am excited to be here with you tonight, but I have a bunch of projects planned, but I gotta make it quick because I got to pack for our vacation, our Thanksgiving travels. I don't know if vacation's the right word. Because we are not really doing the funnest vacation. But I'm going to flip this. Hello from Anoka, Minnesota. I think that was Jolene. Jolene, I graduated from Elk River. Have we talked about that? Crazy. I am a good old Minnesotan, don't you know? I had to laugh. The pastor at my old church where we used to live, he is leaving to move to Minnesota. And the church he's going to is in the town where Andy's mom grew up, which is kind of crazy. And he posted something on Facebook last week that was something to the effect of, how are you doing moving to Minnesota? Or however they asked the question, like, how's it going being in Minnesota? And he said, are you excited? Or whatever. His response was like, yeah, sure, you betcha, or something like that. Don't you know? So I think that's funny. But I think he is originally from Iowa. I'm pretty sure. So Minnesota's not far off. It's just a little further north. I have to giggle. My husband is sending me goofy things. He just texted me a picture of the Home Alone house, and said, the picture said, you know you're old when... Sorry, let me read it again. You know you're getting old when you watch Home Alone and wonder how much the mortgage was on their house. And then it says Kevin's dad was definitely a mobster working for the Irish American Mafia. That would explain that house because it's pretty spendy. Anyway. Let's see. I hope you guys had a great weekend. My daughter came over. She's on Thanksgiving break, spending a lot of time at the boyfriend's house. But she and I did we called it Arts and Crafts Saturday, which was nice. And I have to say, I just have had some really big struggles getting anything done today. I've been on the struggle. So difficult. I think it's because I knew I had a lot to get done today and I'm leaving tomorrow. And so I'm really pretty much putting it all till after this video is done. So, oh well. All right. But I do have some fun things for you this afternoon. I just got to put a couple stamps on blocks and then we'll be good to go. So we've got some fun projects. Actually, I'm really excited about my projects. Because I couldn't get my act together to get any of the other things I needed to have done today done. I did spend a little bit more time than normal working on my projects for you, and I think you're going to like them. Well, at least I sure hope you will. I think you will. You seem to like the stuff I make, typically. Let's see. Oh, and last week my besties left, so that was kind of a bummer because that time always goes too fast, but this time it really went too fast because in the middle of our trip we went on another trip, and that always just makes everything go too quickly. But it was really, really nice to have them here. And we had a really nice time. I made a Thanksgiving turkey while they were here. Because that's what I do. That's like the best thing that I make is Thanksgiving dinner. So I made Thanksgiving for them while they were here, and that was fun. They seemed to like it, so that was good. And my family liked it. Yes, the holidays do for 100% for sure come up too quickly. Oh my gosh, I'm laughing. Patricia says, I'm a former Minnesotan myself. When I moved to South Carolina, oops, I do, oh, sorry. They always wanted her to talk Minnesotan. So when I used to be a high school biology teacher, and my students would always laugh at me because I would say, take out your notes. That sounds normal, right? And then they would go around the room and say, take out your notes. I did not talk that way, but they seemed to think so. And then they always made fun of me because I would say things like parking ramp. Like when you're in the city and you need to park your car somewhere, you park it in a parking ramp. And they were like, no, you don't. You park it in a garage. And I'm like, that's not a garage. It's a ramp that you go into and park. And then I also would say like a cash machine, and they like, where do you get cash? From a cash machine. Hello. And they would tease me and say, no, it's an ATM. And I'm like, whatever. And then the other one would be like, I would say, what what is the thing below the ground on a plant? I call those roots. And they're like, roots. Whatever. I also say aunt instead of aunt. It's normal. Or the one that would always get them is if I said pop instead of soda. Although now I kind of say soda. But yeah, I see that. Victoria says in Michigan it's pop, not soda. It's true. It's a Midwest thing. It's funny though. But of course, these were high school students, so obviously they knew everything. It's really sweet though, because some of my students are like showing pictures of their families and they're having kids, and it's like, oh, it's like full circle. And I sometimes have to think, wow, you made it to adulthood. That's really impressive. There were a few I wasn't so sure about. Okay, so anyway, enough of my silly Minnesotan stuff. All right, so, oh, I've got some, I almost said clothes to show you. Cards. Oh, that's funny. When you would say bag. Bag.
I get that.
Bag. Not bag. Oh, wait, there's more. You guys are funny. We lived in Mankato when I was in 4th grade. That's in Minnesota. Through my freshman year of high school, and had to be trained to say aunt instead of aunt. Ants are little things that crawl around on the ground. That is correct. I would say bang. Oh my gosh, that's really funny. Okay, so I've got some cards to share with you that came in the mail since we last gathered. And then well, okay, I'm gonna flip my camera and we're gonna get to this, because otherwise I'm gonna blah, blah, blah. I could talk Minnesotan all day long. And you know, here's the funny thing is I never really realized there was like a Midwest accent until I moved away, and I thought, well, I talk the way they do on the news, like the Today Show. Like I'm talking the same way they're talking. So what are you talking about? But apparently it was a whole thing. And they loved teasing me about it. Take out your notes. It does make me giggle. Or another word, boat. 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 Lots of long O's. Okay. All right. I'm going to flip my camera. By the way, I love hearing others chime in with their stories about this because it is so a thing. And if you're from the Midwest, you totally will understand, right? Like, it's a whole thing. But I will say, let's see, I think the movie Fargo came out probably right around this time, similar time frame. And I used to live in Moorhead, Minnesota, because I went to college there. And the movie took place in Fargo, though actually I don't think very much of it was filmed anywhere near there because, like, there were scenes filmed in Minneapolis. But anyway, it doesn't matter. But up there are people who definitely have more of a accent than others. It is what it is. But it reminds me, like, when I was growing up, my grandma used to say Davenport for the couch, and ketchup instead of ketchup, and wash instead of wash. And just makes me giggle. But anyway, okay. So I've got some cards to share with you. I have gotten some just lovely cards in the mail, and here is a beauty. This one is I think this was from one of my team members. Let's see. Yes. Oh, yes, Sally. Bless her heart. And she just moved. So thank you so much, Sally. That was very sweet of you. Look at this pretty little thing. I think I got this when I was at Onstage. Yes, Karen. So she knows me so well using my favorite colors. This was another card, I think, from Karen, also from Onstage. So pretty. So thank you again. This was a congratulations for my $2 million achievement. Then look at that fun stamp. I love it. This is from another one of my team members. And she gave me this at Onstage as well. So pretty. Oh, I just love that. Oh, here's one. This is from Stampin' Up. This is from Chad, who's my DDM, which is or BDM, or I don't even know. What is it? A business development, I don't know. Demonstrator development manager. I think that's what it is. But Chad, he's a great guy. So anyway, he sent me this card to say thank you, and I love that it is my signature color, though I don't know that he is aware of my signature color. Here's another super cute card from Linda. Linda's on Kelly's team, and bless her heart for giving me a card. I appreciate it. Here's another really cute card. Oh, to remember this bundle, it was one of my faves. This is from Brenda, who's on my team, and she won a prize patrol from our team meeting. So way to go, Brenda. And this is a super nice card from Anne. Thank you, by the way, for that so much, Anne. And I think, was this for the card she sent? Yes, this was her card. And okay, so I'm not gonna lie when I tell you I'm not 100% sure how this goes. I think it goes like this. Oh, but maybe I'm not so sure. Yeah, well, does it go like this? It doesn't. Okay, I don't know for sure. I think I feel bad because I don't know, but I think it's supposed to go like this. It's so cool the way she did it. I think it's like this, but I don't know. It is really awesome though. I feel like there's something I'm not doing right, but it's really pretty with that bird from the Aspen. Do you think that's right? I don't know. But Anne is an amazing stamper, so she's really cool. All right, so there's that. And maybe it's just supposed to go like this, like, ooh. But it does, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm doing it wrong, and I'm really dense about it. So, but it's so cool because it's like half. I don't know how she did this. Like she dyed, well, it doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter, but I don't know if I'm doing it right. Like, is that how I don't know. But it's so cool, isn't it? Between the bird and the leaves. But you can't go between the bird and the leaves. Or like this, you mean? Like that? There's not much I don't think that's right either. But maybe, I don't know. That doesn't seem right either. I feel like it's like this. It's like a double easily kind of a thing. But I don't know. I'm not very good with fun folds. But isn't that cute? It's really pretty. And sorry, Anne, I'm too, like, I can't figure it out. And it is really pretty. Okay. All right. And then I got this really pretty card. Isn't this gorgeous? This is from Bethany, who's on my team too. So anyway, thank you all so very much for the beautiful cards. Graced my mailbox. Oh, we're going to try and figure it out. It's the bird card. Is that how you're supposed to do it? You know? Ugh, I'm so lame. It is like that? So you stick it in between
No,
like that?
some people do that, but put that down there like that, and it's just supposed to.
It's just like
happen.
that. So it's just up slightly. But see, there's all this back here. That's what
Oh, I
made me
didn't see
not
this.
sure.
There.
Like that?
No, it's not.
Like that? I gotta tell you, we're stumped. We'll work on it. We'll get back to you. Oh, goodness. So, anyway, it sure is pretty, though, isn't it?
Okay, wait a minute.
Okay, so a few things going on yet this month that you can get involved with. First of all, I'm really excited about this one. This is our Sunshine and Creativity Delivered subscription this month. We're going to be doing ink blending techniques, and I've got some really cool stuff planned for this one. I actually was just working on this, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, you have to have this little thing.
Oh,
The
okay.
mountain. There you go.
The mountain, the V of this holds this up at the right angle. And see, I knew it was a double thing. See, I'm not completely lame. I mean, close, but not quite. The camera doesn't give you quite the right angle, but oops. It goes like this. Thank you for figuring this out. Pretty lame. Pretty lame. But it's like a double easel. Like that. Get it? That does look right. That looks like that's how it's supposed to be. Oh dear, Dina. All right, well, I'm going to display it like that and it'll be good. Okay, so if you would like to get registered for this, you need to subscribe by the end of this month, November 30th, which I think is Wednesday next week. Wednesday, so you got plenty of time after turkey. It's all good. And it's like I said, it's really going to be a great box. Ink blending is really a fun technique and a great way to use your inks in fun and creative ways. And there'll be lots of tips and tricks on ink blending, as well as some really cool techniques that you may not have ever tried before. So I'm excited about that. I always love sharing techniques. Also, the Fitting Florets online class will be coming out next week as well. And you can get your class packet for this. The cards are gorgeous and lots of creative uses featuring this new bundle. We're going to make a card here in just a minute, so that's good. Also, I've got the Jingle, Jingle, Jingle Creativity to Go kit. It comes out next week as well. This one is going to be fun, happy cards for the holidays that are generally quite easy to create, because if you're still working on your Christmas cards right now, you need something that's quick and easy to create, and I shall deliver. Also, through the end of this month, if you spend $50 in my online store, you can get the Sun Prince All-Star Tutorial PDF from me for free. There's 12 glorious projects featuring the Sun Prince suite, which is one of the most popular from the annual catalog. And we also have, well, there's a really great variety of projects in here too. There's lots of techniques every month and lots of creative uses of things, and I think you will really love this. You can also purchase this for $15 from my store. And then we had a sale. By the way, here's my host code. We had a sale going on, but I forgot to print off. Hold on. I'm going to grab one thing quick. So if you spend $100 in my online store, you'll get the PDF, but you'll also get this card pack. It has 20 cards and envelopes in it. in 4 different colors, and they're really, really versatile. This also is going to create, it's going to coordinate with the paper pumpkin kit that comes out next month, but it really is a standalone awesome thing. So you don't have to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber to enjoy this. But you've got, oops, I did this all wrong. You've got envelopes with cute little print on them, and they're very neutral, meaning there's nothing like, you could use them with just about anything. And there's kind of some, not texture, but like texture. It's like, it's not bumpy, but it's printed on here, and it's on both sides. So like if you wanted to cut these up and get more use out of them, you sure could. But you can see we've got Balmy Blue, Pear Pizzazz, Blushing Bride, and Basic Gray. So these are really nice kind of all around colors for any kind of card making that you might need. And so you will get this for free if you spend $100 in my online store. Please make sure to use the host code if you spend under $150, because that is how I can offer such awesome gifts to you. And then I think I mentioned last week, the new catalog is coming out shortly. So if you have spent $50 or more in my online store during the last 6 months, you'll get one of these. I will have registration though for them to ensure I send them to the correct address, coming out starting in December. So watch for that. Also, I think that's it, actually. Not also, just that's it. All right, so our first project is going to be kind of a cute little last minute card for Thanksgiving. And this is one that you could make and bring to Thanksgiving with you. And this is based off stuff that I found sitting on my desk. I cleaned my desk off over the weekend, and I found some like odds and ends. You know how you've got like pieces and parts from different things sitting around. Well, I found this and thought this would be kind of a cool card. It was a color combination I think I did for one of my Stamp Happy Academy lives. And I don't think I actually turned this into a card. So I wanted to do that today, and I really like how it turned out. So I am going to start with a piece of basic white cardstock. And since I know you're going to ask, it's 3.5 by 4 3/4. And I'm going to use kind of a unique color combination of Pale Papaya, Fresh Freesia, and Blackberry Bliss. And I'm going to stamp on here using those 3 colors and the leaf stamp from that Hello Harvest bundle. It's such a pretty bundle. And I'm going to start with my lightest color and work dark. I'm just going to grab a little grid paper because, just crazy, creating problems all over the place because we're going to go off the edge. So I'm going to stamp this multiple times, and some full strength, some stamped off on here, and I'm going to kind of cascade the leaves falling down. And so like I said, this would be such a nice card to show up to Thanksgiving dinner with if you are headed to somebody's house, or to give send as a Thanksgiving card. If you haven't sent any out, this is just a quick one you could make. This bundle has been really popular, so I know a lot of you have it. And if you don't have it, I think it's worth getting because I just really like it. And we'll put one more on there like that. And then we'll switch over to our card. Oh, I'm also going to stamp on a scrap of paper. That piece isn't quite big enough. Here we go. I'm going to stamp on here one of those. Okay. Oh, and look at what I did. I just stamped the wrong color ink in here. Oddly enough, it came out pretty good on there. Let's just clean that real quick. Maybe there was only ink on the edge. We're good. It's all good. Okay. And then, ooh, look at that. Dark Blackberry Bliss ink. Okay, so we'll stamp that on here a couple times. Like so. Maybe one more up there. I don't really like how that's looking, but it's good enough. We'll cover some of it. Anyway, so there we go. Kind of a fun and really different color combination. Okay, now I do need to stamp one more of these flowers on my, or flowers, these are leaves, on here. And I'm going to do that in my Fresh Freesia ink, like that. So I just have them kind of crisscrossing. And then I'm going to close these up because we're done with them. And that way there won't be any situations that arise. Our stamp set also has a really lovely sentiment in it, among others. It's the "You Are Such a Blessing." And so we're going to take and stamp that on here. Now, first I want to give this a second to kind of dry. And the reason is I just don't want the ink to kind of bleed. This will help me keep a nice crisp image for "You Are Such a Blessing." Aw, so nice. Okay, we'll tuck that away. And then when you die cut it, it's going to look something like that. I stamped mine stamped off, but I also did it stamped full strength, and I liked the full strength one better. But I had kind of stamped it too low to die cut it on my scrap, so we went with this one. Now I die cut this with a frame stamp, which is from the He's All That bundle. This is just the dies that go with this. So it just is kind of a nice, it's a nice frame because it kind of embosses that little edge around the piece, which I think is cool. Now, speaking of embossing that little edge around the piece, I've cut a 4 by 5¼ inch piece of Blackberry Bliss cardstock to coordinate, and I'm going to take my Simply Scored tool, which is something we've had for a long time, and I really like it. So I'm just going to score on the very first line 1/8 of an inch on all the sides. Okay, so I'm just going around like that, and that creates a little frame embossed on my card. Now I could have like been all careful and not crossed over the lines to create an actual square frame, but I don't think this makes any difference, and it's just so much easier than trying to line up only the frame. So anyway, now my piece of cardstock is going to fit right inside that frame. It's all pretty and nice. So I'm going to pop this layer up. And I've got some dimensionals on a sheet that I can use up the edges for. So we're going to take and put this down, and then we'll put our little tag on the top. And you can kind of just choose, would you rather these up top or these up top? You know, they can go either way. And then I'm going to add this. Now, I didn't really like how these got stamped, so I'm going to put my sentiment right over the top. So that'll be all good. And I thought about using some ribbon. We've got both of these, we have colors of ribbon in, but I thought maybe this iridescent kind of glittered organdy ribbon would actually be kind of nice too. So I'm going to just put a little zigzag of that on here, because you know that's one of my favorite things to do. So we'll just tack that down on this label like so. I've kind of got that pressed in there so that it'll stick. And then we'll put our dimensionals over the top. I'm just, oh, I gotta use up these pieces. And I'm kind of touching them in different spots so that it also holds down our ribbon. And I always like using the zigzag because it just doesn't add bulk to my card, right? Now, I'm going to add a couple of my iridescent rhinestones to this card because they just go so nicely with that ribbon. And I always like adding a little something, something to some bling to my cards. So I'll get my Take Your Pick tool and we'll just put a couple of these little gems on here like that. And then, oh, we should probably mount it to our card base though, which is fresh freesia, but you could use white or crumb cake if you wanted a little more fall feel. And they would all be beautiful, but there you go. Isn't that gorgeous? So I love how this turned out, and I love that the colors are a little different. They're not kind of your stereotypical fall colors. The blackberry is a little bit, but the others aren't. I mean, this is kind of a more pastel color. These two are both. So anyway, isn't that fun? Oh, so gorgeous. So I hope you like that. That's just a quick card. And that would be so nice to bring to a Thanksgiving gathering, wherever you might be headed this week. Okay. And if you're not going anywhere, make a card for yourself because it's Thanksgiving and you can. All right. Next up, we've got a really sweet card. This one is with the Jingle 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 bundle. Just move my goodies around. This is the subject of my Creativity to Go kit this month. And like I said, the cards are going to be so cute. We're also going to be making tags in the class. So it'll make the usual 8 cards plus tags. And I love having some tags. And they're all easy and quick to create, which is even better. So you really can't go wrong, right? Now we're going to make a fun little card. I'm also going to add the Frame and Festive stamp set. This is part of that Fitting Florets collection of goodies. The stamps are just a really sweet set of stamps for the holidays. And I love them because I just love the mix of the sentiments, or I'm sorry, the font of the sentiments. So like the May This and Be Filled With is in the block letters. And then the Season, Peace, and Joy are in the kind of fancy writing letters. So I think it's just a great set. And it looks good. I'll show you. So we're going to take the Jingle Jingle Jingle, and I've die cut some festive circles here in some fun colors. I have, of course, the color that lets us know God loves us. I've got, which is, by the way, Coastal Cabana. I've got some Bermuda Bay, some Poppy Parade, and some Granny Apple Green. So these are really fun, bright colors for the holidays. And then my card base is a thick white card. And then I've got a layer of 4 by 5 1/4 inch white that we'll use to adhere everything. I also have a circle, and all these, by the way, are die cut from the Stylish Shapes dies. I've also got this circle in black, and you might have guessed we're going to emboss it. So to do that, I'm going to get my Embossing Additions kit out, drop that embossing buddy on my tag, and we'll ink this up with some Versamark. And this is our sentiment. And I love this because it's got the word jolly in it, which of course is part of our Jingle 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 set. Okay, so we'll stamp that and then get some white powder on here. Ooh. I got my little piece of cardstock in here. It's my scooper to scoop up the powder. I know some people use spoons, but a piece of cardstock actually does the trick pretty well. Okay, now this is the perfect time to use my tweezers. They're so nice. I haven't burned my hand since this option came out. Not gonna lie, it happened somewhat regularly before. Okay, so I love the look of black cardstock with white embossing on it. It's kind of that chalkboard look, which is so cute. And of course, when we are doing a nice, bright, happy card, it's also good. I didn't think I had that Y all the way. I had to bring it up to my progressive lenses to check a little closer to see. Yes, it's embossed now. You're welcome. Okay. That's really the really the sign of how old you are, is do you have to look do you have to watch TV with one set of glasses and read your phone or a book with another? That's the answer to how old you are. Okay. So, I've got this on here, and I'm gonna kind of position it off to the side a little bit. Now on these dots, I'm going to stamp each of them with coordinating images from my stamp set. So I'm going to start, and let me bring my little grid paper in here again. I'm going to start by doing this piece with this cute little image, and I'll just stamp these in the same ink as the color of cardstock that they are. So we'll do the little string of lights on here, and oh my gosh, that's so cute already. I love it. Then the Santa hat is of course going to be in our Poppy Parade ink, and this is just so sweet. And I just love the look of this. So we've kind of got those going all over the place. Then I'm going to do, let's see, the jingle bells on this piece, both of these pieces. There's also a cute little bow that goes with this in the stamp set, but I'm not going to use it today. So we'll just stamp those all over. Ooh, I don't want to stamp on that again. There we go. I think the center of my pad needs to get re-inked. It's a little juicier on the outside edges. And then last but not least, we've got the Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to do the stars on that panel. And by the way, this is kind of similar to one of the cards that's in our class, but I couldn't die cut all these pieces for everybody because I'd be die cutting till the cows come home, and let me tell you, here that's a thing. Okay, so there we go. Fun, fun, fun. All right, now let's put all this together on our card so it's just so bright and jingly happy. Of course, we're popping up the circle here in the center. And I'm going to kind of keep my pieces more in the middle because we're going to tuck things underneath a little bit as needed. So there we go. Now I'm going to kind of position all my circles where I want them to start with so that I can kind of ensure that they're in the places I want. Now I've got two of this, so I want to make sure the circles are kind of on the opposite sides. There we go. Okay, and then I'm also going to put a little bit of black ribbon on this one. And I think we'll have it just go over across right about here. So I'm going to adhere everything before I do the ribbon because I like where I've got it all. That's one thing I love, is being able to kind of arrange and then finalize placement of things. Before you're fully committed. whenever I do a card like this, which is nice. Okay. I might even pop this one up because, gosh, it's cute. I'll just put it in a dimensional where those... There we go. Oh, that's fun. And then we'll pop this one up too. Kind of right there. Oh my gosh, look at how cute that is. Oh. Okay, now I'm going to attach this to my card. Now, sometimes people ask, why would I do this extra layer? And there's a couple reasons. Sometimes it's really nice, especially if you want to attach ribbon, or maybe you've got things like, if my circles were going off the edge, I could trim them off easier on this layer. I also think it just makes your card look a little bit more substantial, sturdier, legit, you know? So I mean, there's a variety of reasons, but that's a couple of them. Now I'm gonna go crazy here and tie a bow on my camera. Tying bows on camera is really hard, I'm not gonna lie. This is like a skill set not everybody possesses, both tying bows and even more so doing it on camera, but I think we might be able to pull it off tonight. Oh, look at that. And I love this gingham ribbon. It's just the cutest dang stuff there is. Okay, so we'll trim that off. And that looks so dang cute. All right. Now, of course, we've got to embellish a little bit. And you know what I might even do is, there's this star in here, which is really fun. We used it in our green, but what if we took and stamped some stars in the background in black to kind of just jazz it up a little? I didn't get a very good impression of this one. Oh, not bad. So we'll just put a few of them on here, almost like their embellishments. Okay, and that looks pretty good. I've only got 4. Normally I'm kind of a 5 girl, but we can make this work. And then, ooh, let's see. I'm looking. I might go with just straight old, regular, boring rhinestones. Because you know what? Sometimes those are just the best. Oh, so fun. Isn't this card cute? This one is, I'm not going to lie, kind of my proud card, because I love it. The colors are so happy. And like I said, we're doing a sort of similar one in our class, which I think you're going to love. So this is sort of just an alternative. Yeah, isn't that just so stinking cute? Okay, so there we go. We've got a few little blingies on here, and then just love. Okay, so if you like this card, you should for sure take my class. By the way, all the classes have links in the description of this video, so go ahead and check those out, and don't miss out, because you'll be sad if you do. I don't want you to have a sad face when you realized you missed out on the magic that is a class with Dina. I'm spreading it on kind of thick, aren't I? Okay, next up, oh, this one is pretty cool. We have a fitting florets card that's sort of a color block card. And color blocking, and here, I'm gonna get my stuff out here. Boom. Color blocking is when you take chunks of color and, sorry, had to get another piece of cardstock. Chunks of color and stamp them out in hunks. Like these are dots of color, which are nice, but we're going to do blocks of color, which are literally blocks of color. But what I love about this is a way to color a card with like a detail image without having to color the detail image, but instead we're going to color blocks of color on the card. So I hope that makes sense. It's one that will work with lots and lots of different stamp sets, but I really love these individual flowers from the Fitting Florets. So I thought we would do some of those. So let me show you how it goes. And then I also cut the strips of cardstock really, I think, cleverly. We'll see if you guys agree. But we're going to start by stamping some of these images. And I am using StazOn just because I had the StazOn pad out. So I'm going to do some leaves on here and some flowers. And I don't know how many flowers I will need, so I'm just stamping a bunch. Probably only 3 of these flowers, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm not going to color these in. I'm just going to leave them as is. And then we'll die cut these here in a sec. Ooh, would have been smart if I had done that ahead of time, but oh well. Okay, then I've cut, like I said, I've got some cardstock strips that we're going to put on a piece of cardstock. So I'm going to start with a 3 3/4 by 5 inch piece of white, and then we're going to attach these pieces on here like so. So I'm going to start, I'm actually going to start kind of in the middle, which might seem like a weird place to start, but it'll all make sense in a moment, because what I'm going to do is start with this piece, because this piece is going to be part of my sentiment. And I think it will work okay right about here. My sentiment is wishes for a beautiful birthday. And you can see for a beautiful is going to be positioned right on this strip. And then the colors above and below will be on there. Okay. So then, oh, and I had these all in order. And are they in order anymore? No. Let's see if we can get it back together. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that one is correct. And then I'm pretty sure this one was next. But I think I might trim this down just a little bit. Now, these are not measured. These are literally scraps that were in my scrap drawer. Sorry, I got my old guillotine here. Okay, so I've got polished pink as my first color. Then I've got pale papaya. This is pool party, and not all the colors, despite what you might think, are actually alliterations of P. And even though that this one in Pear Pizzazz is definitely not helping make my case. But here we go with a fresh freesia to help. So we've got fresh freesia down here, and then we've got some, ooh, that's not big enough anymore because I trimmed some of the other one off. I didn't think I was that close. Hold on. Well, I guess I had those measured out a little closer than I thought. We're just going to trim our white cardstock a little bit. Okay, so there we go. See, this extra would fit up here. I don't think I can move all of these, can I? Because they're kind of stuck in every time. And there we go. Let's see. I can scooch everything up just a hair. That's what I love about seal, is it's not permanent yet. Look at me. Like a champ. The lengths I will go to not have to cut cardstock is pretty impressive, isn't it? Okay, let's make sure this fits now, because it would be pretty lame if after all that it didn't fit, wouldn't it? No, it's good. Okay, so there we go. Again, Pear Pizzazz, polished pink, pale papaya, pool party, and then the colors that don't begin with P, Highland Heather, and fresh freesia. All right, so much fun. All right. The two purples, they're actually the same they're the same width. That's why I didn't just switch them. Okay. Now I'm gonna take somewhere, I should have, here we go, some scissors, and we will trim this off. I know, I thought about it, but they are the same size, so that would not have helped me. I was gonna say, I was pretty sure things were a little longer than I needed them to be when I was making all this. Okay. Oops. There we go. Almost there. All right, so we've got our pretty little card here of color blocking. And aren't these just fun, happy spring colors that make you want to think that it's not winter and the days aren't as short as can be? Even though that's lies. Winter is coming. To quote Jon Snow, winter is coming. Okay, so we've got all this on here, which is wonderful. Now I want to stamp my sentiment on here, and I think I'm going to stamp this in, do I want to emboss it in white or do I want to stamp it in black? Which do you think? Remember, we're going to put black. I think I'm going to do black. Okay, so I'm going to ink this up, and then we're going to line it up real careful with our one strip. Like so. And look at how fun that is. So the words are kind of color blocked too. Okay, now what I'm going to do is quick run these through my machine with my dies. And my personal favorite way of running things through my machine is to go like this with the Post-its to hold them in place, because if after all this everything moves, it will make me crazy. And I find Post-its work really well. They tend to not rip, which is important to me. Whereas washi tape sometimes can rip things. Washi tape can be kind of shockingly sturdy sometimes. Okay. So there we go. Now you can reuse your Post-its, which is all important. So we'll throw that on top of there, and this on top of here, and this on top of here, because this one is actually stamped a little better than the other one. Okay, and I'm going to run this through. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay. There we go. Now we have this beautifully colored card that is not colored on the stamp images at all. Let's see. Oh, I might need one more. Well, this looks pretty good. Isn't this beautiful? Oh my gosh. So, of course, this is a great way to use the scraps. Somebody just said that. Agreed. But what I also love is it's a way to color or to have color on your card without having to color in the images on your card. I sure like doing that, but sometimes it's kind of putsy to color all these pieces. You know what I mean? So I love that this is a way I can add color to my card without having to color in the images on my card. Ooh, I kind of like that. Let's see. Maybe, just maybe, I could tuck one of those in. I feel like I could almost frame this because, you know, I've got everything is oval frames on the brain because of this set, but yep, don't like that one. Yeah. Ugh. But, ooh, that left a mark. But no worries. We can put this on the inside of our card. Okay. Now I'm going to take and mount this to a layer of white cardstock. And by the way, I'm noticing there's just a little bit of peeking up of these layers. So let's just tack those down. Make sure they know we mean business. Okay, we'll put that on a layer of white. And then we've got a black card base, which will crease. And then I'll attach this. I'm also going to add to the inside of my card this one, because we didn't use that. And it's already got a dot on it, like so. Then we've got another sentiment that's in this stamp set, and it says, just a little reminder you're loved, which is like the nicest thing, and who wouldn't want to be reminded of that? So we'll put that on the inside of our card. And then we're going to finish out the outside with some embellishments. Okay, so for these, I think I'm going to use just some good old black matte dots, because these are kind of the best. So I'll put a big one right there and a little one here and here. Oh, how pretty is this? Oh, I just love how fun this is. And it's a beautifully colored card, so it doesn't look like you're missing color on the images. I don't know. I just love how this one turned out. And then of course the inside is beautiful as well. Now there is one thing you could color on this if you really wanted to color. And that is sneaky coloring. Your Clear Wing Castella is always a good idea on the flowers. So if we just did a little Stella on here, then our flowers would sparkle and they'd be extra fancy. Now you could do this in a wide variety of colors. I chose kind of some lighter colors, you know, some more like pastel-y colors, but bright colors, subtle colors, any colors would be great with this. Oh, I just love this. And then of course, we probably should color the inside flower too, because I mean, it would be mean to leave them out. Okay. So there you go, my friends. We've got 3 beauteous cards. Oh, I love them all. So again, if you, let's just clear off the space on my desk so I can put these down. If you need any of the supplies to purchase items to make any of these or anything else, I would be so grateful for your business. You can shop my online store, and I have fabulous free goodies for you this month. And don't forget to get registered for my Fitting Florets online class and my Jingle 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 Creativity to Go kit, as well as the next month, our December box is going to be ink blending techniques for sunshine and creativity delivered. You just need to subscribe by the end of this month. So classes come out next week, and all kinds of wonderful things. So thank you so much for stamping with me today, friends. We will be back next Monday. I hope all of my American friends have a wonderful Thanksgiving with friends or family or whomever you love. I hope you have a wonderful trip. If you're traveling, safe travels to those of you who are traveling, and to everybody else who's not celebrating Thanksgiving. Have a great rest of your week. So thank you guys again for being with me today, and I will see you soon. Bye.